Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Man, I've been watching these games. My goodness, basketball IQ is at a zero. And alley-oop, Lakers take the lead again. The Clippers played terrible down the stretch. And Reggie Jackson did it again. Wow. AD for the win. Misses and the Clippers hang on the win. Wow, that was a great finish. That boy Reggie Jackson said, I am clutch. He said, I am clutch. I am clutch. Gagu Roach, Gagu. It ain't a show without that roach, Gangu Roach, Gangu Roach. It ain't a show without that roach, Gangu Roach. Roach, it ain't a show without that roach, Gangu Roach, Gangu Roach, it ain't a show without the roach, Gangu Roach, Gangu Roach, it ain't a show without the roach, Gangu Roach, Gangu Roach, it ain't a show without Gangu Roach, Gangu Roach, it ain't a show without the roach. What up, Gangu? T-Hub? What up, Andrew? But my thing is they cheated the Clippers the whole second half. And they still lost. This is man, this is terrible, yo. This is terrible, man. This is crazy. What up, True Emperor? Yeah, they got it done, but they got cheated the whole second half. Reggie Jackson, man, I don't know what it is. Man, you missed the Lakers versus the Clippers, dog. Dog, the Lakers should not have won this game. I mean, the Clippers should not have won this game. They really cheated these guys near the end. And I'm not saying that to say that, but I was watching the game. They gave the Lakers like 20 some free throw attempts. The Clippers only got 8 for the whole game. Seriously. It was terrible. The first of all, the Clippers down the stretch also didn't do themselves any favors because they were taking too many 3-point shots. And I guess that's the new NBA. Whoever takes the most 3-point shots to win the game. It was terrible basketball fundamentally. But the Clippers, what they did, they were giving it to that white boy inside. They were giving it to Serge as well. And they were dominating down low. Anthony Davis, for some reason, kept guarding the perimeter. Stanley Johnson was playing the key all night. And it's like, and all the Clippers were doing was, here, Serge, here, Serge, here, Serge. And they were killing that. That's what I don't understand. It's like this is like my real first game watching the Lakers, and they're terrible, dog. Then it's no communication on defense. Marcus Morris Sr. saved the Clippers tonight. Him and Reggie Jackson kept the Clippers in the game, kept them afloat. If it wasn't for them two guys, the Clippers would have lost this game. The supporting cast, Kennard hit some threes. Serge was battling on the boards. I mean, man, these guys were balling. They were balling. I can't lie at all. They were really balling tonight. The first game now with Atlanta and Phoenix just was playing terrible defense. And the Phoenix Suns, they got to stop shooting threes. They need to get the ball inside to JaVale McGee or to DeAndre Ayton. That's my my problem. Why you don't give Ayton the ball enough? And this is what's gonna hurt the Suns in the playoffs. And plus, they're not a good road team. Traeyoung, John Collins, they played a flawless game. They played like, okay, look, we gotta ball out, man. We gotta nip whatever beef we got in the bud and actually play. Because if John Collins and Traeyoung play like this, the Atlanta will be dangerous. But they're in the 10th seed right now, so they're in the play-in, which I think they've underachieved big time, but they've had the C-19 protocols. They've had guys injured. I think Traeyoung was injured as well. Collins was injured. But they're getting their guys back. Herter played a good game. He hit some shots. Bogdanovich coming off the bench, and he also I think he played the small forward. Him coming off the bench is very key for them. I like him coming off the bench as opposed to Herter. I think Herter is better attacking inside and playing outside than Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich, I think, is a better playmaker. So Bogdanovich was making some passes to Gallinari, getting the ball to guys, spreading it around. The Phoenix Suns, they were balling too early on, and then they started taking dumb shots. They started taking real suspect shots that it was like, wow. That I really couldn't believe they were doing. But, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But let me see if I could pull these guys up. Let me see if I could pull these guys up and everything. Phoenix Suns, yeah, in Atlanta. All right. So to go to the I go to the team stats, guys. I don't go by the individual stats, so I'm gonna go by the team stats. The team stats in this one, the field goal percentage, it was basically tied. Both teams had 52%. If you want to be nitpicky, the Hawks were at a 52.4 compared to the Suns 52.3. Three-pointers, this is what really differentiated the game. The Suns were 20 of 41. That's too many damn threes, man, in this game, but they shot 49%. The Suns shot 9 for 32 and they were 28%. See, that's what I told you. The Suns shot too many damn threes. If the three-point ball is not working for you, go to the mid-range. Chris Paul did great going to the mid-range, but then he started going to the three-point line, passing it to Bridges to hit the three. Devin Booker got hot late, but it was too late. They were behind. They were really behind. And they shot 28%. You can't do that. If you're not doing good from the three, they need to cut that from 32 down to 18. I say 15 or 16 three-point attempts. They need to cut it down to that. The Hawks, even though they were hitting their threes tonight, they got to cut that 41 down to 20, maybe 18 to 20 three-pointers, three-point attempts a game. They have got to stop shooting threes. John Collins is getting underutilized. Like, he's shooting too many jump shots and he barely goes to the rim or he barely posts up. They have got to run the offense, in my opinion, around John Collins down low. Let John Collins run a post game. Let guys rotate, catch and shoot, or make the extra pass. At times, Traeyoung was shooting them wild threes. He's not Steph Curry. You're not Steph Curry. Yes, the Suns are very beatable. Andrew, if the Suns don't give the ball to DeAndre Ayton down low, they are very beatable. And then when JaVale McGee comes in the game, give JaVale McGee the ball. Let me see. JaVale McGee, it doesn't show how many shots he attempted, but JaVale McGee didn't attempt that many shots. And you got to give him the ball. Like, listen, he's 7'1". You got to give him the ball down low. When JaVale McGee, what's up, Nick? When JaVale McGee gets down into the post, give him the ball. Even if he's not a strong post game guy, he draws people to him. He's 7'1". There's nobody really on the Hawks besides Capella that could guard him. Even their backup big couldn't really guard JaVale. JaVale's very athletic. He runs the floor. When he runs the floor, that's when you as a point guard need to get him the ball ASAP. Elfrid Payton, I like him on the backup unit because Elfrid Payton is a real true point guard. He was getting the ball down low to McGee as much as he could. Chris Paul would get him the ball sometimes, but Chris Paul would be too busy trying to make the pass to Crowder from the three. Jay Crowder, stop shooting damn threes. Get the ball. If you don't have a good shot, make the extra pass. Move the ball. This is what's killing the Suns. That's what killed them tonight. And the Hawks, y'all got to learn how to play inside more. Y'all got John Collins. John Collins is y'all best big guy, which he's a true four. He's a true power forward. Right. JaVale only got 5 attempts. That is terrible. JaVale has got to get more attempts than that. He's got to get more attempts than that. You cannot go into the game with JaVale McGee only getting 5 attempts. That is terrible basketball. I am firing everybody. I'm serious. I am firing everybody on the coaching staff if you cannot get him the ball. JaVale should get at least about 10 or 11 attempts, if not 12 to 13. He should get that. I'm sorry. That's terrible basketball. And I haven't even been watching basketball all year. But I could tell from watching this game what the Suns' problem is. Now, free throw, the Hawks, they're 16 for 22, which is 73%. That is terrible. If you're going to be a better team or try to get to the playoffs, you need to make between 78 to 82% of your free throws as a team. Do you understand me? As a team. As a team. What's up, DI? As a team. What's up, Nerdy Blue? Right, exactly, DI. Everybody think they are Steph Curry, and you're not Steph Curry. You are right, One True Emperor. The NBA has made big men redundant, and it's terrible. But from the free throw line, you shot 73%. That's terrible. The Hawks, you have got to shoot between 78 to 82%. That's what will get you in the playoffs. If you guys are a team who gets to the line a lot, 22 attempts is a lot to only make 16. You guys should be 19 or 20 of 22. Seriously. I prefer 22 of 22. Now, the Suns, you guys were 78%. Y'all were 14 of 18. You guys' free throw attempts should be from 28 to 30 some free throw attempts. Seriously, you should be from 28 to 30 attempts of a free throw a game because you got DeAndre Ayton. Y'all weren't passing him the ball. And this is the problem I had with the Suns last year. I don't care about your goddamn record. I don't care that your record is, what's their record? 41 and 10. You guys played like a bad team tonight. Y'all played down to your competition. That is what don't make you a championship team. What up, Q? This is what keeps you from being a championship team. This is what keeps you from it. You guys are too busy trying to shoot these pretty jump shots. You got a 7'1" big man. Throw it to his ass in the post. God damn it. That's why I can't coach. I would choke somebody. I would choke everybody on the team. I would have grabbed Chris Paul little ass. Listen, give Aiden the ball. Give McGee the ball. God dang. It's like it's not hard. And you guys had 18 free throw attempts. You guys should have had 28 to 30 attempts. You would have got it if you got the damn ball to Aiden. Now, you guys shot 78%. That's good for a team because some of your big guys can't hit the free throw, but you need to push that up to 80 to 81% if you want to win championships. Now, total rebounds. The Hawks won 41 to 39, but they were even on offensive rebounds, which is good. Both team big men came to play. Capella for the Hawks in that backup center, and Collins, and for the Suns, McGee and Aiden, they were getting rebounds. They were getting rebounds and everything. What's up, Jeff? He said, you and me both. And for real. Tribe, who you got, Bengals or Rams? I'll let you know Friday, Tribe. I'll do my pick tomorrow. I'll let you know. But yeah, that's the thing. I would have been pissed off. I would have choked somebody. Now, the rebounding, both teams did great. 41 to 39. The Hawks got two more rebounds, but offensively they tied. Capella did his job with the backup center and John Collins for the Hawks. And DeAndre, Aiden, and McGee were getting their boards. Now, assists, the Suns were at 30, the Hawks were at 25. This is very misleading because the assists the Suns were getting were from the three-pointer and from the mid-range. They really didn't get a lot of shots in the points. I mean, they didn't really give the ball to Aiden a lot. Aiden should have got the ball more, so did McGee, especially late down the stretch. Late down the stretch, you want to give the ball to your big guys because they slow the game down. If you're too busy shooting jump shots, three-point shots, or mid-range shots, that's going to keep the game at a fast pace and you're playing to the Hawks game. The Hawks are a jump shooting team. They are a three-point shooting team. So the more you shoot and they get out in transition, they can kill you. The Hawks love transition. They are better at transition than they are in a half-court offense because Traeyoung is more of a shoot first point guard instead of a pass first. Now, blocks, 2-1. Suns had more by 1. Steals, Suns had 11 to the Hawks 6. Turnovers, the Suns had 10 compared to the Hawks 15. Points in the paint, the Suns whooped their butt 60 to 40. But the reason the Suns lost is because they shot all these damn threes. They attempted 32 threes and only made 9. That's what killed you. That's 28%. The fouls, 20 to 21. But what killed the Suns was shooting too many damn threes. Plain and simple. That's what killed the Suns. They shot too many damn threes. They didn't move the ball enough to the post. They didn't get the ball in the post enough. They didn't draw enough fouls on the opposition as much as they should have. Now, Hunter, I believe, was in foul trouble all night, but that's Hunter. Hunter's not a main scorer. The main scorers is Bogdanovich, Traeyoung, Herder, and John Collins. John Collins and Traeyoung, if they are like this, they will win every game. But Traeyoung has got to learn to get the ball to Collins down in the post. If you feed Collins early, get him into a rhythm, the game will be so much easier for you. These point guards have low IQ today. All these point guards are nothing but two guards now. That's all. They're two guards. They don't know how to play the game how it's supposed to be played. And I'm very upset at the IQ of these players. It's very terrible. It's horrible. It is horrible. Now the next game was the Clippers and the Lakers. Now the Lakers, early on, the Clippers were giving it to the Lakers. The Clippers were balling. The problem with the Clippers were they made it hard to close the game. Now, the refs did everything in their power to get the Clippers back. To get the Lakers back in the game, which they did. They gave the Lakers damn near every shot from the free throw line. What up, Nick?
What's happening?
Chilling. So they basically gave every damn call to the Lakers in the second half. It was atrocious. Then the guy was out of bounds. They call a 5-second call. It was only 2 seconds. So Ty Lue, if he didn't calm down, he was about to get attacked because he was finna slap the hell out the ref. Because the ref gave that a bad call. That should have never been a 5-second call. They should have gave it time, but they were trying to get the damn Lakers in. But guess what? Karma came back and bit them. Down the stretch, the Lakers were taking all these crazy shots. They went in, but what I preach to everybody, just like in football, if you keep doing bad habits, it will catch up to you. It may not catch up to you in the game, but when you least expect it and you're going for a championship, you're in game 6 or 7, you need to win that game, you're going to mess around and do the same bad habits and lose that game. So Clippers down the stretch, they played terrible.
They played atrocious.
Yes, atrocious. Bad shot selection. I'm very pissed off because Serge Ibaka, you are a big man. Get your ass in the post and demand the damn ball. You and that white boy should have been demanding the ball all night. Y'all were killing them down low. Anthony Davis was playing defense on the wing. So that's an easy 2-point. Here you go. Here you go. Every play I'm coming down. And Reggie Jackson, you have got to learn, and this is you're playing much better this year than you have in the past. I commend what you're doing, but you have got to learn how to play under control in situational basketball. You can't come down the court, sir, and shoot a 3-point shot. That is detrimental to your team.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what that gives up? A long rebound. Now, the Lakers, all they know how to do is run transition. Why? Westbrook is their point guard. Him and Monk love running transition.
Yep, they're going to push the pace.
Yeah, they love to run the floor. They don't know how to play half-court offense, so they're going to run up and down the court. Yeah. So you can't shoot them threes. You got to keep it half-court. Marcus Morris, thank you. You saved everybody ass. Because y'all, if you didn't hit that three, game was over. Marcus Morris saved y'all ass tonight because the Clippers, y'all should have went home. So what was your assessments, Nick?
Man, I actually came in on the Clippers and Lakers game. So, Al, towards the end of the first half and into the second half.
Mm-hmm.
And what I saw from the Clippers, of course, they collapsed. And, on offense, they shot way too many, they didn't get enough shots going towards the basket. And what I noticed, and we talked about the Lakers and how, terrible they are on, on the interior. And they have no how do I say it? They have no presence on the interior end.
None.
Of course, as we know, the Lakers, they don't know how to guard the high screen and roll. And the
Mhm.
Clippers, they barely ran any of that. I'm like,
Yes.
dog, come on, man. They barely ran any of that, dude. They barely got any shots going towards the basket. I mean, and once they got shots going towards the basket, it was like, I mean, dude, it was easy for them. You know what I'm saying? And they just drifted away from
Mhm.
that. And plus, towards the end of the game, that was some lucky. They got lucky, dog. They got lucky, man. I
Yeah,
thought
they
AD was
did.
gonna end up hitting that. I thought for sure
Yeah.
that AD was gonna hit that. It just rolled out.
Well, yeah, that play there, AD did. To me, AD that to me he shot that, it went in and out. But the thing with the Lakers is Dwight Howard's in the game. He does not touch the ball. How don't you give Dwight Howard? And this was the same thing with the Suns. You got 2 7'1" guys. D Howard is about 7'1" or 7 feet, whatever he is. Give him the damn ball and let him operate. Even if he doesn't have a strong offensive presence, even if McGee don't have a strong post game, if you give them the ball, they could get a quick turn hook shot or they could draw a foul. That could get them to the line. That slows the game down. When you're
Exactly.
playing a team like Atlanta or, and you're the Lakers, you want to try to get your big man involved early. Get your big man involved early. When you get them involved early, later down the game, it'll be so much easier. That's why the shots they were taking were just tough shots that were going in. But if they would have been feeding Dwight Howard more, they would have been feeding Stanley Johnson, because I guess he's the power forward or center now, or give him or somebody the ball down low so you can get in a rhythm. And their problem is that they can't play a half court offense. And this has been their problem. And then when Carmelo got hurt, that really hurt them because they don't have anybody who could play in the half court. Melo seemed like he the only person who could play half court basketball. Everybody else, IQ, I believe, is a one, dog. Like it's terrible. And Westbrook took some bad shots again down the stretch. That was a good shot he made, the mid range. I want to see him work on that more. He needs to get to the mid range more. Because when he was in OKC earlier in his career, that mid range shot was deadly. He was killing guys with that mid range shot. But he doesn't. It's like he lost it. It's like he doesn't know how to do it anymore.
Well, the thing with Russell Westbrook is his shot. He never had a consistent jumper at all. The thing is, he's somebody, as we know, that depends heavily on his athleticism, and somebody who depends heavily on their athleticism. Their shot, they shoot more so with their legs. They, you know what I'm saying? They really have no follow through. It's like when they jump, their base, when they shoot, it's like they jump like really high to the point where they're like eye level with the rim, and and the ball just drops in like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how Russell Westbrook, that's how he shoots the ball. And
Right.
as you get older, of course, the athleticism dwindles away, and the athleticism goes away. You have to depend on things that you worked on ever since you started playing basketball. And Russell Westbrook, of course, we know that he has not worked on his jump shot, and it shows. You know what I'm saying? And also, to your point about Dwight Howard, and this is simple basketball, bro. The game is 5-on-5. Everybody has to touch the ball at some point in the game. You know what I'm saying? Especially the big man. Your big man, I mean, he's the biggest person on the court 9 times out of 10. He should be in the post because because he's right there at the basket. You know what I'm saying? All he has to do is turn around and shoot a jump hook or whatnot. Or, go up for some little, fadeaway shot or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And getting the ball to getting the balls to the big man, that's a confidence builder. If the big man doesn't get enough touches, how do you expect? He's not gonna give up any effort on defense. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna give up any effort on defense. It's confidence building. If he gets more touches, then the harder he's gonna work on defense to actually get more touches and get rewarded on the other end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. No, it's not Reggie need to calm down and like it's that Reggie got to understand is that you're the point guard. Down the stretch, Reggie early on, I don't have a problem with it being aggressive. But when it's getting close to the end of the game, you got to slow it down.
Yeah.
And they should have wasted clock. They were leaving 14 seconds, 15 seconds, sometimes 16 seconds on the clock. If you're playing against a better team, you lose this game by like 15 because they're playing bad. Like you gotta slow down. It's like that's why I tell you guys, situational applies to any sport: baseball, basketball, football, soccer, even tennis. You can watch tennis and you see the situation. It's different type of situations. That's what makes you better, is the pressure, is how you adapt to it, how you play towards it. And Reggie Jackson was caving under pressure. Now late he started making shots because the Lakers don't play no defense, guys. Their defense is terrible. Like, they're letting Reggie get to the lane. They're letting him get to the second level, like, without being touched. My thing is, you got to pick him up like at half court. Or you might have to move up some, not 94 feet, but a little bit in between that and half court, because Reggie's the guy who's finna get to his spot. If you're letting him get to his spot and he has momentum, Reggie gonna kill you every time. That's just how he plays. You gotta play better defense. These guys' IQ is terrible. Art Monk he should have been thrown out the game because he was just, the ref was letting him get away with cussing out, saying all type of stuff to
all sorts of, man. You saw when he got that hand one on Serge Ibaka, bro. All the shit he was talking.
Yeah. He should have got thrown out, and then the ref gonna smile about it when he got to shoot the free throw. I'm like, oh God, it's just obvious what y'all doing. Come on, we know what's happening.
Yeah, and also, man, the Clippers, their defense down the stretch. I just talked about AD missing that game-winning shot. That their defense on AD was terrible. They shouldn't just be Terrence Mann contesting AD shots. Serge Ibaka should have put more pressure on AD to actually be sure that he was going to miss that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They should have picked him up. They should have picked him up. They should have picked him up at half court. I knew he was going to get the ball. You knew he was going to get the ball.
Exactly. They just let AD get a free release to the basket. I'm like, are you serious, dog? Like, you know what AD finna do. You know he finna go for that floater. So Serge and them should have picked him up right there at half court.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, man. It's like defense is dead now. I guess this is a new NBA. We don't play defense. You shoot. Okay, I'm just going to stand back like this and just let you get to the basket. It's like, I've just never seen no crap like this. And then, and also, the role players for the Clippers, they came up big. They played good. The Lakers, their role players, I don't know about their rotations. Their rotations are terrible. THT was taking some bad shots. I mean, he's just looked terrible. I don't know why they keep him on the roster. He just does not look good. And then you got and then they just did in this Reeves guy, like he's okay, but he's just to me, I don't know why they got him out there. Like, the guy's liability to me, he's a liability on both ends of the court.
Yeah,
he's not that good. I don't know why. I don't know if his dad is in the front office and he's playing, but no, I wouldn't have him out there. Yeah, it's no pride in the game at all. Like, nobody takes pride. That's why I watched Memphis the other night. Last night against New York, Memphis took pride in everything they did. Like, they took pride on defense. They took pride on offense. Even when Bane got into it with Randall, they was ready. Like, John Morant said it after the game when they said Julius Randle was jumping at him. He said, man, we love the chimney because we love to run up the chimney because we want the smoke. Like, that's what your leader said. That's what I like. That's what we need more of. A lot of these guys are nice, and that's why the Grizzlies whooping their ass, because they too nice. Yeah. Julius Randle is way too soft. And to be that big, you can't be that soft, dog. You trying to go at it with a guard. Now you trying to do some BS. It's like, look, that's a guard. You supposed to go at the big man. The big man, the one knocking, like pushing you around and scoring on you. Right. And that's what I saw tonight. Is like, there's no pride from the big man on the Lakers. Serge Ibaka just could do whatever he wanted. And then the white boy who came in, I don't know his name, number 55. He came in with that little floater. He was killing them. So, and to me, the Lakers, this is no excuse. The Clippers don't have everybody hurt for them. Everybody's out, and they still was able to still beat you guys. That's not good for y'all. That's not good for this team. And I just really don't see this team really taking it to the next level. Even the refs helped them tonight. Like from looking at because I don't look at the individual stats, from the team stats, the free throws, dog, they shot 25 attempts. They attempted 25 free throws. They made only 17. That's 68%. That is terrible.
Yeah.
Right. And then you have the Clippers, they only attempted 11.
They only shot 54% from the field.
Right. Exactly. Terrible. But they only attempted 11, so that's not going to really kill them.
Right.
As it is the Lakers. And then rebounds, they're about even. The Lakers had more offensive boards, like 11-7. Assists, the Clippers, this is what also lost them the game. The Lakers only had 19 assists as a team, and the Clippers had 29.
And this is what kills them every damn game. Not moving the ball around. Everybody's stagnant. Nobody's moving off the ball. Nobody's cutting. No screens off the ball. Nothing.
Nope. At all. And then you have the blocks were even, steals were even, turnovers, Lakers had 10 compared to their 7, not too bad. Both had 52 points in the paint. But look at this though. The Lakers had only 13 personal fouls as a team. The Clippers had 22. You can't lose that game. You can't lose this game. So the reason they lost the game is the bad free throw percentage. You can't, because 3-pointers, like surprisingly, they only attempted 29, which is good, like in this day and age, because everybody's shooting around 38 or 40. So they shot 29, but they were only 38%.
Completely different time, dog.
Right.
Different time, bro.
Right. So they were very terrible tonight and stuff. So that's what I'm saying, and no ball movement, like you said. So I don't know. And then from looking at these standings, let me see. Looking at these standings,
I'll pull them up. Hold on.
I'm on the page.
Oh, okay.
I got it right here. Let's see. So now, all right. So looking at it now, the Lakers have dropped to 9th place. They're in the play-in right now. This is crazy. They're in the play-in, and then the Clippers, they are at 500 now. The Lakers are 3 games under 500, and Portland's in the play-in. That's crazy. I didn't know that. They're in 10th. But the Pelicans right on their butt. They like 1 game off. And then you got Minnesota. I've been watching Minnesota. They've been pretty good this year. Then you got the usual teams: Phoenix, Golden State, Memphis, Utah, Dallas, Denver. Man. I mean, the West is kind of the teams that's the top 6. They're pretty tough.
Yeah.
We look at the East. Atlanta's in the 10th seed. Washington's only a game out. Knicks are 2 games out. Boston's in 9th. Charlotte's in 8th. I love Charlotte. LaMelo been balling. Toronto's been balling. Gary Trent Jr. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Another monster game tonight.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Nets, they're falling. And Cleveland has been balling. Bucks, the Sixers, the Heat. I just don't trust the Bulls in the playoffs. I think the Bulls,
of course,
I don't think the Bulls going to win in the playoffs. I think they'll be a great regular season team, but I think when they get to the playoffs, I don't like their chances, because I believe in the playoffs. I believe if they match up like with Boston or Atlanta, I think those teams could beat the Bulls in the first round, or the Raptors or the Hornets. I think those 4 teams that are in the play-in right now can beat the Bulls in the playoffs. In the first round.
And as the season rolls on, I'm not even sure if they'll actually keep this first seed, man. Who knows? I don't know. I got to see what their schedule is like, but I don't even know if they're going to actually keep that first seed. But as far as I want to talk about the Timberwolves a little bit. They have improved as a team, man, but I see certain things that's kind of holding them back. And I watched them. This is like a couple weeks ago when they went against the Golden State Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
What their issue is, and of course they're a young team, and they'll get better as time goes on. But they have to work on ball control. They have to work on looking for the right shots. Especially Anthony Edwards. I don't fault him. He's the same age as me. He's young,
Right.
but still, that's something that they have to straighten up and straighten out. And because they've actually been on it defensively, believe it or not, they've been on it defensively, and they've given these top teams like the Phoenix Suns and the Golden State Warriors a run for their money, and the Utah Jazz. But like I said, on offense, they need to tighten it up. On offense, they need to be more composed and poised when the game gets tight, and they need a bucket, to either stay in the game or actually win the game. So that's the big thing.
Right. So do you think do you blame it on them having a lack of point guard? They don't really have a point guard.
You are absolutely right about that, because D'Angelo Russell is not that guy, man.
He's always hurt. Every time I look up, he's in clothes. He about to be street clothes number 2.
He's always hurting. Plus, he's somebody that really does not know how to run the point. You know what I'm saying? He's somebody he's a two guard. He's somebody that you give him the ball, he's gonna shoot it.
Right.
And the Minnesota Timberwolves don't need that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Karl-Anthony Towns will most certainly benefit from a point guard.
Yes.
The ball, and spots, for him to, get in the post and to work. He's one of the most unguardable players in the post.
Oh, absolutely, man. Yeah, ever since Jimmy took his girl, man, he been balling.
He has been on a tear.
Yeah, he has been. But from what I've seen from him, like, they don't have a point guard. They don't have a guy when it gets down the stretch. They don't have anybody to slow the game down.
Right.
And, and to me, excuse me, sometimes Cat, he'll drift out of the post some and fall in love with that jump shot. And that's my only knock that's been about Cat, is that you have to play more down in the post and be a big man. This season LaMelo is better than Harden. Yeah, you could say. I mean, you could say that, but you got to understand is that LaMelo's playing with his full team. Harden's not playing with his full team. And not only that, LaMelo and them, that Charlotte team, if everybody was healthy, like, I would pick Harden to play better than LaMelo, because we don't know what LaMelo is going to look like in the playoffs.
Right.
We can't jump to conclusions. Harden, I know in the playoffs come up short, but he still is able to move the ball and get it to guys. The biggest all-star snub so far is looking like Brandon Ingram.
Still, look at the all-star teams right now.
Yeah, I don't think he made it. Hold on. Yeah, pull it up, Nick.
Let me see. Serves. Okay. 1 second.
Let's see. Okay, you got Kevin Durant, you got Joel Embiid, you got Giannis Antetokounmpo, DeMar DeRozan, traeyoung, LeBron James, Nikola Jokic, John Morant, Stephen Curry, and Andrew Wiggins. The reserve, now after those reserves were announced, you got Booker, Paul, Gobert, Green, Towns, Doncic, and Mitchell. And then you got for the East, Levine, Harden, Butler, Middleton, Tatum, Garland, and Van Fleet. The snub for the West. I don't know. These guys have been pretty good. Chris Paul has been okay. I would have put Brandon Ingram in there. I wouldn't have made Devin Booker a reserve. I think Booker should have started. I would have made Wiggins. I'd have made Wiggins a reserve because Wiggins should have made it. Wiggins been having a decent year. He's had a better year than
Absolutely.
last year. So he's got to be an all-star. I would have put Ingram in there. In my opinion, I would have put him in there, but it's
Jaren
kind of
Jackson
hard,
didn't make it.
huh?
Jaren Jackson didn't make it. I feel like he should have
Yeah,
made it.
Jackson should have been on here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Jackson should have been on here. I'll say Jaren Jackson's more of a snub than Brandon Ingram.
Yeah,
Because Jackson was balling. You gotta remember everybody was hurt from Memphis and people were out with the C-19 protocol.
right.
And Jackson still Anthony Edwards over Mitchell.
No, no,
No,
not at all.
no.
No,
Edwards is good, but Edwards gotta work on more of his game. Mitchell has played great this year when he's been healthy, and he's been passing the ball a lot better. And Edwards is more of a slasher, high fly dunker. He'll get some shots off, but he's not consistent from there. I want him to get more consistent. But I would take Ingram over Edwards, in my opinion.
right. And like I said, he's young and inexperienced. He has to learn how to take the right shots. You know, when they're given, whatever the defense gives you, you take it.
Right. And yeah,
You know,
exactly. And plus, he's playing with Cat, so that's gonna kind of mess him up some because Cat's the focal point of the offense.
right.
So Doncic, the Mavs been doing pretty good, but the reason they've been doing good is because of my guy Brunson. Brunson been balling.
Yeah, man, that boy Brunson, you know how quick he is on offense. He's somebody that can create a shot very well. He has a very quick first step, and he's been doing very well for the Dallas Mavericks as he has done for many other seasons.
Mm-hmm. Who does Anthony Edwards remind me of?
I can't really think of anything right now about Anthony.
I don't think he remind me of nobody. He's just Anthony Edwards. I haven't really seen Anthony Edwards. I would say he's a better Harold Miner. He has a little better game, but he's similar to Harold Miner was before the MJ comparisons. Playing without being any restrictions on him, and he's just out there dunking on people, or he's getting some shots up. But to me, he's a better Harold Miner. I would say
Right.
he's that.
That's about
He's
right.
he's he's them type of players. We'll know more when he develops. Like we got to see him develop a little more.
Right.
Yeah, but we got to see him develop a little more.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All the former T Wolves are stars this year. Well, Wiggins is an all-star because he's a system guy. Wiggins is a system guy, and he doesn't have the pressure on him no more. Like when he was in Minnesota, it was him and Cat. Like he wouldn't show up as being the number two. That was his thing. Like, and then now that he's in Golden State, Steph Curry's been balling and Draymond's been balling, back to the old Draymond. I wish he worked on his shot more. If he could get a consistent shot, that Warriors team would be dangerous. And Jordan Poole's just been a monster. Like he's just come out of nowhere. What up, Chris?
What's up, Chris? What's going on?
So he's just come out of nowhere. Jordan Poole. I remember Sean was on here. Sean was the main one telling us about Jordan Poole. He told all of us, man, watch out for Jordan Poole, and he kept saying it all the time. And we were like, well, he okay right now, but to me, man, like they had their starters, I think, sitting out the other night. Poole went off. Like he was dunking on guys, hitting threes, the mid range. That's gonna be he a baller, man. Like
Him and GP, him and Gary Payton Jr., man.
Gary
Those
Payton
two are
Jr.
nice,
Yep.
dog. Those two are nice.
Them two are very nice.
Yeah.
But I mean, from looking at the list, I don't think it's that many snubs. In the East, you got Zach Levine. Zach Levine could easily be a starter because he's had to me a good year. I think he should be a starter over Trae Young. My personal opinion, not to take nothing from Trae, but I think Trae should have been a reserve. I think Levine could have been a starter.
That's not even be nice. I think Trae Young's had a worse season, and the way LaMelo Ball's not even in the team, and he's outshined
Oh
Trae
Oh
God.
yeah,
Young.
that's right. Yeah, LaMelo Ball should be on
He
here.
had a way better season than Trae
Yeah,
Young.
Yeah.
Ball. Yeah, LaMelo should be in here over Trae Young. He's had a way better season than Trae Young. Trae Young Garland should have been starting over Trae Young.
Agreed.
Garland's been way better than Trae Young. Trae Young has been terrible this season.
Yeah.
Like, and plus he's also been hurt, but still, when he's played, the team really hasn't played better. Fred VanVleet,
That's about right.
that's all right, but I think Trent. I would have put LaMelo in there. I know why Trae Young's in there because of his name, but James Harden, he should not have been on there. Harden should have been off. He's having a terrible year. I would have put LaMelo in there, and it's somebody else who's missing. I can't think of their name.
From the East or West?
From the East.
What team is he on?
Well, the Hornets also have another player, Bridges, as well. He's had a breakout year.
Yeah, Bridges, exactly. Bridges.
But I don't know if he'll.
Yes, Bridges and LaMelo should be on here. Yeah, Jared Allen. That's who I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Oh, of
Allen.
course. Man, Jared Allen.
Allen
Yeah.
or Mobley, one of
Well,
them.
HD Kevin Durant's not going to play in the All-Star game, so they're going to just one spot left now.
Okay, so
But-
well, they need to give it to LaMelo. LaMelo deserves it the most because what he's doing in Charlotte is amazing.
Yeah.
He got them guys playing. I watched him the other night against the Lakers. Like he was balling, but their only problem is they're young. They don't know how to close down the stretch. If they could learn how to close down the stretch, man, Charlotte gonna be dangerous, man.
Yeah, they're like the Memphis Grizzlies of last year. They just need to get some experience in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yep. I agree. But
Yeah. How long is Kevin Durant going to end up being? How long is he going to be out for, Chris?
a month. I think it was a month when he got hurt.
The injury is worse than it actually was reported.
Yeah, it is.
And then Joe Harris, like, I don't know what's going on with that Nets.
Oh, Joe Harris got to get his ankle redid.
Yeah, that Nets medical staff got to get some questions because they're misdiagnosing players.
Yeah,
Joe Harris is out for the year.
Yeah, the Nets are in. I think the Nets gonna drop off, man. I don't see them going anywhere. They're gonna drop off, and I think Charlotte's gonna replace them. Maybe what's the other team name?
It looks like it because I don't know what Harden's doing.
Yeah, Charlotte and the Raptors. I think Charlotte and the Raptors are gonna replace Brooklyn. That's my opinion. I think Brooklyn's going to drop to the play-in.
Yeah, but if they get the play-in and they get the 8th seed, they're going to knock out the first seed.
Well, yeah.
Kevin Durant back.
That's what I'm saying. Chicago's not that. I've watched Chicago this year. They're not impressive to me. Everybody keep talking about, oh, Chicago. And it's like, they're just a regular season team. Like, if they get into the playoffs playing the way they're playing, I just don't see it.
Yeah, actually, then we gotta wait for next week on the trade deadline, and then the buyout market. Like, I don't know if they get a big man like Riqwan Holmes from the Kings, that'll be a good pickup.
Yeah, that'll be good. I don't know. I just don't. They don't have no guy that scares me. Like when you need a bucket down the stretch, like it's 2 minutes
Kyrie
left in the game. Like I trust Kyrie, but Kyrie can only play on the road. So I'm not worried about the Nets because Harden's gonna choke as usual. And then the Heat are dangerous because they could run at least 10, they could run at least 8 or 9 deep or 10 deep. especially when the playoffs start.
Yep. I don't know. Then Milwaukee hasn't looked the same, but to me, they're probably just like champions that are waiting till the playoffs to turn it on. I think they're
Yeah,
for the regular season. That's what I look at.
yeah, I think, yeah, I
I
think,
don't know. This NBA season is trash, though. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, it is.
Like, not even just because my team sucks. Like, I don't know. Just like you see the playoffs in the NFL, and they're a big competitive disadvantage with the NBA. Like, I don't know.
Well, I think the problem is you got all these you got teams who people are trying to hype up, but they're mediocre. They're not really strong. Like,
Yeah, the
um,
Lakers and the Nets. Just keep it real.
well, yeah, not only that, but if you look at the West and everything, everybody is beatable. Like from Phoenix all the way down to like Portland in the last spot, which is the 10th spot, because we got this new play-in rule. Everybody's beatable. Like to me, Memphis could easily, like, even if the refs try to screw them, I still think Memphis could beat everybody because they move the ball, and John Morant's not the main guy. John Morant could have like 15, 18 points and they still win. So that makes them dangerous.
Yeah, I mean Desmond Bane's a good player, but he needs to be a little bit less selfish because he just shoots the ball anytime he gets the ball.
Yeah, he do. I saw
That's what
that
I was
last
saying.
night.
He got
Yeah,
that. He got
Nick,
that Klay
I told Nick
Thompson.
that.
I
Yeah,
never seen a shot I don't like.
yeah, I told Nick that last night. I said, man, Nick, you was right. Because every time he came down the court, I'm like, damn, dog, pass it. Like it's okay to pass. Nobody's gonna get hurt, and then Dallas. I'm not sure about Dallas. They're up and down. And Luka, I don't trust Luka like that yet. He's had some big shots he's hit, but for an overall game, like Luka's just looked okay to me. He hasn't looked impressive. And
Like there's only 3 teams in the West: the Warriors, Grizzlies, and the Heat, and that's it.
yeah, the Suns in the West.
Suns, you mean?
But I don't trust the Suns
Oh, yeah,
because they don't utilize their big man enough.
But y'all touched on Miami, dog. I think Miami is probably one of, if not the most dangerous team in the Eastern Conference, dog, because
Yeah,
they're very versatile on both ends. They can, on offense, they can play in the half court and they can play in the full court in transition. Also, they'll shut you down on defense.
I think Miami could win the East. Like
They
I
can.
don't, because they got the people that can match up with the Bucks.
Yeah.
I don't like how the Bucks looked. I watched them the other night. They didn't look impressive to me. And the Heat, the only team I see giving the Heat problems is the Raptors. That's the only team that match up well with them. Like
Right.
everybody else, I think they can just dominate. Like, cause look, you got the Philadelphia Sixers. Like, come on, like Embiid gonna choke down the stretch, and plus they don't play well at home. They suck at home. And then Cleveland's good, but when the playoffs come, you experience, like, are they gonna turn up? Like, because I could easily see them, going home in the first round. They'll probably play a team tough. And then, out of the play-in teams like Toronto, Charlotte, Boston, and the Hawks, any one of them could get to the next round or get to the third round. And then look at Washington. Washington don't have Bradley Beal yet, but if you put Bradley Beal out there and they get hot, they could get in the play-in and they could do something. So to me, it's just a mediocre season, man. The whole everything is mediocre.
Yep.
Like this is the perfect time if you're like Miami or somebody who's Cleveland or try to go for it. Boston been playing terrible, underachieving, but they're still in a good position to beat people. Because if they get in the playoffs, if you think about it, they got the most experience out of damn near everybody. Tatum and Brown been in the playoffs, the past 4 or 5 years?
Yep.
So they get in the playoffs, and Now it's different because now I'm just game planning against you. And they could beat to me they could beat any team. Like they could beat Charlotte in the playoffs. They could beat an Atlanta and Washington, especially in Knicks. They could beat a Raptors team. They could beat Brooklyn. They could beat anybody. I think Miami will give them a tough time, but they own Philly. Every time they play Philly, they beat Philly.
Every time.
So I'm just saying, so I could see them getting hot and being somebody. And then if they make a trade before the deadline, which most likely they probably are, and they get a piece that can move them up.
That's the thing, HD. Next week is a trade deadline. It's been quiet. There's no news. Like, I don't know what these teams are doing. Like, I don't even know who's a seller and who's a buyer now. Because every team has a chance. Every team you could make an argument could make a playoffs and
Ethan was AD trade for Lonzo, Randall, Ingram, and other guy really done more good than bad for the Lakers? I mean, look, I don't know. Like Randall hasn't performed. He's not. They didn't even really trade Randall. It was Josh Hart. Okay, you said Josh Hart. All right. Lonzo's doing good, but would Lonzo really have did well under LeBron? No, because they both do the same thing. They both need the ball in their hands.
Same thing with Ingram.
Ingram, I think the Lakers miss Ingram, but Ingram wouldn't have did nothing with LeBron. You got to understand, LeBron don't do well with young players. He plays only with players that are developed and ready to play. Those guys, they're gone. They needed to go because Ingram's turned into a superstar in New Orleans, but he just don't have the pieces around him because the whole idea was him and Zion play together. But right. Zion, for some reason, don't want to play there. He's getting himself out of New Orleans. So Ingram, this is why I made that video. Then all of a sudden, everybody copied my video when I said I think you ought to trade Zion right now. And everybody else started taking my video. Zion should be traded. I'm not going to name names, but they know who they are. They took my video. So I know y'all watching my shit. So I know that's why I said I would have traded Zion when I could because he has trade value and you could have got some pieces back to put around Brandon Ingram because Brandon Ingram's going to end up leaving you guys if y'all don't get things situated.
Well, HD, the Pelicans did one big mistake. They traded Garland to the Cavs.
Right.
And they could really use them right now.
Right. They need a point guard. They don't have a point guard on the team. Ingram needs a point guard, or Ingram's going to end up being like Carmelo was in New York. He's just going to be a great scorer, and he's out west, so he's not going to make the playoffs like that. So, I mean, like I said, you could have traded everything. Like, to me, Anthony Davis, I said it all along. Anthony Davis, to me, has been overhyped. He's overrated. He's soft. To me, that bubble chip thing was just a fluke. To me, if they would have still been playing in a full season without the layoff, the Lakers would have been in trouble. They were a team who needed rest, and the Clippers were a team who needed to have reps. And it benefited the Lakers. They got their championship, but I mean, it just shows you that they're not as good as they are. LeBron is who I kept telling everybody out there. He's a top 100 player. Not even 100. I got him like 110 or 20 right now. And I mean it. Like he's a tier 2 or tier 3 player. He is. Like, I'm tired of all this. Oh, he got championships. He got these stats. Okay, that's cool and all. But LeBron James is a tier 2, tier 3 player. That's all he is.
Tier 5.
I mean, well, I only got 3 tiers. To me,
okay. I'm just saying shit.
You're the tier 1, 2, or 3. To me, he has tier 1 talent, but he has a tier 2, tier 3 mindset. That's his mindset. He's a tier 2, tier 3 player. He's not a leader. To me, his leadership is an F. Like if I was doing a report card on his leadership, it's an F. His skill level is an F. To me, his ball handling is an F. His shooting, his consistently, his three has gotten better, but his pull-up jumper is terrible. That's an F. He has no real strong post game. He'll get a couple shots off, but that's it. So that's what I'm saying. He'll get you all these stats, but at the end of the day, your team is not going to elevate with him.
Right.
And it's not. It's just empty stats. Like it's empty stats at the end of the day. And I get tired of people telling me about Cleveland and all these teams he got to the playoffs. Like, look, dog, he got there because the league helped him get there. He didn't do it on his own. He put these stats up because he was getting stats. He played in the Eastern Conference that was weak. Like, dude, his Eastern Conference was weak. Like, it was weak, dog. Like, it was weak sauce.
The only contender they had back then was Indiana, and they were freaking.
That's it. That's it. You had Indiana, and then his first time in Cleveland, all you had was Boston. I don't care what people say about Orlando. That's my team, the Magic. He should have beat the Magic. The Magic were trash.
Yeah.
They were trash. Like, I'm serious. That team was not as good as everybody tried to make it to be. They weren't that good. You should have beat that team in the second round to get to the third round and then to the championship. That was terrible from Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron James is a tier 2, tier 3 player to me, and he's proved it. Anthony Davis is a tier 3 player to me. He's not a 1. He's not a 2. He's a tier 3 player. He's a good role player. He just has athleticism. He has tier 1 talent, but he's a tier 3 player. LeBron is a tier 2 or tier 3 player, depending on what you want to look at him as. He's there. They haven't shown me anything. And to me, they should be ashamed of themselves of what they did to Jerry West, how they just took his tickets away. That's terrible. You don't do that to a legend. I don't care if you and him have disagreements, y'all don't like each other. You do not do that with a legend. You do not at all do that with a legend. He built your franchise. He's the reason that your organization got championships. When Shaq and Kobe got there, he brought them there. He brought Shaq there, and then he brought Kobe there. He's the only one who saw Kobe as being a great player. Everybody else passed on him. You guys would not have had Kobe for 20 years, and this is what you do to the logo. And that is why what's happening to you is karma. It's hurting you guys. And I'm sad to say that, but it is. It's the truth. You don't do that to the logo. That's disrespectful.
Don't do that to the logo, man. And it pissed me off. Like, dog, I mean, Jerry West, and like Sino has said in this video, he's responsible for like about 9 out of their 17 NBA championships. One is a player and, others as a general manager. I mean, he has arguably the greatest eye for talent that I've ever seen, dog. I mean, he saw something in Kobe Bryant that nobody else in the league saw at that time, dog. And look at him. Look at what he did.
He was the best 2 guard of his era. Who was better at the shooting guard position? The combo guard position. Yeah. Who was better? I say probably Oscar. That's it. Like, Oscar was the only better guard out of the 2. But Jerry West he was hitting clutch shot after clutch shot. He was doing what Kobe Bryant was doing for the Lakers in this era.
He was the Jordan of his era, dog.
He was a monster. Like, that's why I say these guys don't understand how intricate he was to like the team. It's like, I don't just talk about these old guys just to talk about them. These old guys were taught to me as a kid. And those old guys, they saw as a kid. Like my parents and my uncles, they watched these guys live. Yeah. They watched these guys live. What's up? Who did it?
Oh, Shalom, who did it? Yeah.
Have you ever listened to the logo speak? Yeah, man, the logo. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Absolutely. The logo, it's like, look, Jeannie Buss, and we know Jeannie Buss and Jerry West don't like each other. We know that, for a fact. But Jeannie Buss got to know better. You know what I'm saying? While you were busting it open on your table, allegedly, for Playboy, he was in there getting the job done. He was getting you the players. He brought you the right players. He brought you the team to get better. Like, this guy brought you Shaq and Kobe. He brought you these guys. These are guys who Chris Cervantes and other guys his age that are young.
Can I give you a little insight?
What's
Huh?
up?
I give you a little insight.
Yeah.
The buses got a little bit of that Jerry Jones credit syndrome because
Yeah.
the buses were. I mean, the logo was getting all the credit as he deserved. Like his son was actually a scout for the Lakers, and he actually got us like Larry Nance and Clarkson. These guys were like late first round, second round
Right.
talent,
Yep.
and the Wests were getting credit, and the buses don't really like that.
Right, right. Yeah, it's like Jerry Jones with the Cowboys and stuff, and that's what but the only difference is in the NBA is like the NBA will go out their way to make sure you guys are fine.
Yeah, they
Whereas
basically chose Rambis, the
right,
wife, and the Kurt Rambis over Jerry West because that's our secret president of basketball operations,
right,
allegedly.
right.
But everyone knows what it is. That's why Laker fans were in protesting the other day because apparently the Rambises are the most powerful undercover Laker CEO, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been around a long time. Ram has been there since the 80s when he was a player.
Right.
So yeah, like yeah, I mean that that's nothing new to me and everything.
He's the dumbass that said, "Oh, the Lakers should start Dwight Howard and DeAndre Jordan at the same time." Like that's gonna fix anything.
No, that's not
No,
good.
of course not.
You can't put one dude
And
who's
he's the one that leaked allegedly. Frank Vogel's job is on the line because I want to coach the team.
Yeah,
no
that's
man,
just
Frank. Yeah.
Just a whole just a whole mess. Like,
yeah.
Well,
let's just
yeah,
let's
it
just clean
is.
house from top to bottom. Fire all of them. Let's just trade LeBron, AD, and just start the rebuild. In 1 year, we have like 60 million in cap space. Let's just re up, get some picks, and then start all over.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you guys, but to me is I would trade both of them too. I would. The thing with the thing with the Lakers is that you guys get rid of them and you guys they're gonna give you guys a superstar like in like 3-4 years. You guys will
Rest
have
in
another
peace.
superstar and then y'all will be back rolling again. There's a lot of guys who could come out there who would like to be with the Lakers. So you guys will be fine. You know,
Oh,
it's
I'm not worried about that. That's when people say, "Oh, you mortgage your future." I'm like, the Lakers don't work like that,
well, the
man.
Lakers don't really. If you look at the Lakers past, they really never had any homegrown talent. But I
Yeah.
say, like even Kobe, Kobe was traded there. He wasn't even
Yeah.
drafted by him. And then
No,
you
literally,
had
like Magic Johnson and James Worthy were like,
right. Magic Johnson was Magic Johnson was well. They gave you that pick, but anyway,
yeah,
you got
Yeah, of
Magic
course.
Johnson, and then you guys got James Worthy like out of North Carolina, like three
Right.
4 years later, I believe.
Yeah.
And
But
then
other than that,
you already had Kareem there.
yeah,
Who was
he had been there since 1975.
right,
So
right.
because I don't know if you want to count Andrew Bynum. I mean, he was.
Oh no, Andrew Bynum was trash. Hell
he
no.
was garbage.
I would have took Kwame over him personally. Kwame played better defense and he rebounded better than Bynum.
Yeah.
Bynum was better offensively. I'll give Bynum that. Bynum was a better player offensively. Because Bynum had good feet in the post,
Yeah.
like for like turnaround jumpers, layups, and hook shots. He was better offensively, but all around player, I would have took Kwame.
Yeah, Kwame is just the fact that I mean to interrupt you, but Kwame is just the fact that due to the situations that he was in when he was
Yeah,
playing, he really never got a chance to develop his game. He never got a chance to really because he had no left hand back then. He really didn't get a chance to work on his footwork in the post, in and out
Right,
the post.
right.
And if his talent got nurtured the right way, he would be. You know how AD is. AD was his first couple years. He probably would have been like that, sort of like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, a little bit.
Sort of.
AD was a little more talented, athletic
Yeah.
wise,
Right.
but I'll say like as a true center, yeah, he was better.
yeah, he
AD,
would have had like a Tyson Chandler type of career.
yeah,
That's what
yeah,
I was.
yeah,
Yeah, more of a type. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. He would have been like Tyson.
yeah, that's about
AD's more of a stretch four
Mm-hmm.
slash like stretch five. Like that's what he is. He's not a true center. He's like
uh,
a three or a four to me. And
right.
that's how he plays like. Because
Yeah,
even tonight on defense, he was playing on the perimeter. And then when he was scoring like he got some dunks down low, but it mainly was off of a catch and then dunk or alley oop and a dunk. It's things like that. But Kwame career messed up when he was in Washington because Jordan wanted to win now, and that kind of messed up his growth. And people don't understand. It's hard for a rookie, especially a high school kid, to come in and you're playing with probably one of the greatest players ever, if not the greatest scorer, greatest two guard ever. Play the game. So that's kind of hard, and he's a guy who's going to demand the ball a lot. So
Exactly.
to me, if he would have played with like a Jason Kidd,
That would have been
Steve Nash,
Yeah.
Kwame would have been a lot better off. Like if he
Yeah.
played with a real point guard, that's all he needed was a real point guard. Because think about it, he played with Jordan, then he played with Gilbert Arenas, like two guys who jacked the shot up, jacked the ball up. So
yeah, and then he played with Kobe.
Really?
Time, so,
Right.
Kobe was in a different mind state around that time.
Right.
He was
right. So what's up, LB?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, AD. I seen it. Well, I ain't gonna say he choked. I ain't gonna necessarily say he choked. He just missed the layup.
He just missed the layup, and that was just bad defense by the Clippers.
No, the Lakers lost the game, but like 30 seconds before when how do you give up Marcus Morris at 3 when you know he's gonna do that?
Right. He choked, dog. Like, how you don't make that shot? Like,
I'm trying to give him bail.
No, you ain't getting no bail. If I'm paying you most of my aren't y'all over the salary cap, Chris?
No one in the Lakers should get bail. Like,
right.
Everyone getting everyone.
Right. They're over the salary cap, bro. Man, AD don't get no love for that, man. He choked bad.
Yeah, Westbrook.
That was a dope sequence at the end, though. I was like, yo, they're going crazy right now.
Oh yeah, it was good at the end of the game because you got to see.
Y'all let Reggie Jackson do that? Like, come on, man. A corkscrew layup.
But it really wasn't even Reggie. The guy who killed him was Marcus Morris. Yeah. Morris was killing them all night. They could not stop Marcus Morris. He was hitting threes. He was unconscious.
I'm gonna post it later. Post
like what later?
The final sequence, like the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
gonna post like pretty much like that fourth quarter. That's what I'm gonna do.
Who was snubbed from the East? Oh, LaMelo and Mikal Bridges. They were snubbed. They should have been on there. Harden shouldn't have been on it, and Trae should have been.
Miles Bridges.
Both of them been playing bad. What'd you say, Chris?
Yeah, it's Miles Bridges. Mikal's the one from the Suns.
Oh, my bad. Miles Bridges. You're right. My bad. I get them mixed up. Miles Bridges and LaMelo. Thanks, Chris.
And James Harden should have not been in the team.
No. James Harden should not have made the All-Star team or Trae Young. They both have not had a good season. Jared Allen should be on it, or Evan Mobley. And them four guys.
You know why? Like,
they're
trying to like get the views. Like, if you're not putting James Harden, you're gonna have people yelling like out of your mind.
I mean, because they're names. That's all it is their names. That's all. But if you watched it, like LaMelo Ball has had a more impact on his team than Trae Young or James Harden has. That's just a fact.
I didn't even look at both squads here, both East and West. I gotta look at it.
Oh well, I got it up here. They got for the Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, Giannis Antetokounmpo, DeMar DeRozan, and Trae Young are the starters for the East. LeBron James, Jokic, Morant, Steph Curry, and Andrew Wiggins. Those are the starters for the West.
Yep.
And the reserves for the for the West is Devin Booker, Chris Paul, Rudy Gobert, Draymond Green, Karl Anthony Towns, Luka Doncic, Donovan Mitchell. The reserves for the East is Zach LaVine, James Harden, Jimmy Butler, Chris Middleton, Jason Tatum, Darius Garland, and Fred VanVleet. So that shit's a
LaMelo should have been the starter.
right.
Or reserve.
No, LaMelo should have been starting. And Miles Bridges should have been there. Middleton shouldn't be an all-star at all. Middleton has not looked all that this year, in my opinion. Giannis has been carrying them guys.
Wait, KD's there?
Yeah, but he's gonna be replaced.
Yeah, he's gonna get replaced.
Okay.
He's hurt.
So I feel that LaMelo will probably be the replacement.
Yeah, he should be.
I mean, I don't know how it works if they go like for like because they kind of have too many cards already.
Yeah,
but he could. Ain't that nigga like 6'8"? Or 6'9"?
He's like 6'6".
Oh, okay.
And he's skinny. He hasn't built his frame yet. But it's the All-Star game. So, I mean,
they got Joel. Well, no, he gonna play the center.
They could. I don't know. They might try getting Bam Adebayo in there.
I could not stay long. However, salute to the panel. Put respect on LeBron's name. He is not top 5. He is top 20 of all time. No, he is top 110 or 15, bro. LeBron's game is terrible. LeBron James is a guy who has tier 1 talent. He has top 5 talent. But player-wise, he's not in the top 100, man. His game is terrible. Like, if you take away his athleticism and him allowed to run people over and do the things that he does, would he really be a great player? Like, if we weren't promoting him? Seriously. Like, the guy, I've tried to give LeBron a chance. Like, his early years, I rooted for him. His years in Miami, I looked for him to get better. Cleveland years, that's when, to me, he went down. Like, the guy has benefited off of a weak Eastern Conference in both of his years, all his years there, from Cleveland early days to the days of Miami to Cleveland again. He's benefited from a weak East, guys. Like, come on. Y'all got to stop living in this because y'all played 2K or y'all watched him with all these highlight dunks and these steals, him jumping the lane, getting a steal. That's athleticism. That's not fundamentals. His fundamentals are terrible. He's never worked on it. He's never gotten better. Now, his three-point shot has gotten better. He can shoot the three better. Post-game, he'll hit that shot once in a while, but the guy's terrible, man. Like, my cousin is like 15 years old, could play better than LeBron. His game is better than his. I mean, seriously, the guy's terrible. I don't know how y'all like him. I've tried to watch him. I can't watch him. Like, I fall asleep on his games. His games are boring. Like, even in Miami, like, I watched because Bosh was there, Bosh and D Wade. I watched Miami because of that, because D Wade could ball. D Wade's a beast. And Bosh a beast. But that nigga, nah, he's a tier 2, tier 3 player, but he has tier 1 talent. He has top 5 talent. I give you that. He's one of the best talented players ever. But if we're talking players, skill for skill, footwork, post game, defense, everything, the guy's not good, man. I'm sorry. He's not. He hasn't.
LeBron.
I mean, if you want to say
that's what I watched the Heat.
Yeah, I mean, if you
like,
want to
like
say
heavy with LeBron, when LeBron got there, I was like, I didn't have an issue with LeBron at the time.
I don't have an issue with him either. If I see him in person, I'll say what up. I mean, I don't hate LeBron. I don't. I mean, the guy's a man who came out of high school. He took care of his family. He got a lot of his people in position. I mean, hey, the man doing what he does.
Yeah, you're just critiquing his basketball career.
Right. Exactly. That's all I'm doing is I'm critiquing his basketball. I'm not.
Well, you know they're gonna associate you with Cino. So.
But Cino's his own person. He gets personal, but that's different.
I mean, that's Cino, dog. I mean, they're gonna do that because they see me on Cino channel. No, I don't care, man. I really don't care. Like, I don't. It don't bother me. You want to say I'm a hater, fine, but I'm just critiquing the man game. Look,
well, as a former LeBron fan, I could say it is. I just I just thought like fuck with LeBron, like probably when he went back to Cleveland the second time, like the year that he won, pretty much. Like that's when I was like, whatever. Because by then I just moved on because I was working with Warriors anyway. Because I seen the Warriors were going to be a beast since like 2012. So
Yeah. Well, Daryl
so
Clark.
when the Heat broke up, I was like, okay, that's it. Warriors.
Yeah. Well, Daryl Clark, I mean, yeah, LeBron can pass. He can attack the rim. Like I said, he is a top 5 talent. I've never seen a guy, when he had his athleticism, I never seen a power forward run the floor like he did. He's a power forward that played point guard. He played on the perimeter. But, I mean, as a talent, if we're talking about talent, we're not talking about skill. We're not talking about fundamentals. If we're talking about talent, he's probably the best or top 5 ever. Seriously. But if we're talking about a basketball player, he is not in my top 110. He's not. I've seen better basketball players. Latrell Sprewell was better than him. Seriously. Fundamentally wise, skill wise, he could finish at the basket better with the left or the right at the cup. He could cross over, had a better shot. He just did. I'm not hating. That's just me from watching. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Yeah, Jerry West isn't a top 5 Laker of all time. Right, Ethan, according to Jenny. That's the dumbest statement I've ever heard. I did not know he has major beef. Yeah, that's what Jenny Buss says. She don't have him because they got it's like Chris C said. It's like the Jerry Joneses and Jimmy Johnson. Like they're not.
You got him top 5 or not top 5?
No, she don't have him top 5. She got LeBron over him.
I don't have him top 5 either. I got him like if I say
you don't have LeBron over other Laker greats. That's the thing.
I got Kobe at the top, like number 1. So then I think I probably put Wilt. No, I put Kareem after Kobe, then Wilt, then Magic. But they're interchangeable to me.
You can't have LeBron if you don't.
Well, yeah. I mean,
then it's like I can put
fine. But that's fine though. But you don't put LeBron over Jerry West. You don't do that.
Okay, all right. If you got a problem with that, I'm sorry. I got Shaq. Well, personally, I got Shaq in my 5. So
no, Shaq's not in my top 8. My 5 is Kobe, Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, Magic. I know I said Magic. I said Kobe, Magic, Jerry. No, my bad. Kobe, Magic, Jerry West, Elgin Baylor, and I had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Those are my 5. Top 5 Lakers all time. Elgin Baylor was a way better basketball player and a better rebounder than Shaq. That's just my opinion, but everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah, I got Jerry West like 7 because I got Elgin Baylor over Jerry West. So
yeah. I would put Elgin over Jerry. That's fine. Y'all stop it. I've been rocking with HD for a while now. I know the difference between Carcino and HD. Now, do not make me come on there and hit some opera on you. What is you talking about, Donnie? Is you smoking weed tonight?
I don't know. He's like battling against himself.
Right.
Like, I don't know. Ever since the Cowboys lost, he ain't been the same.
Yeah. I mean, it happens. I mean, too many greats to have a top 5. I mean, I agree, Daryl Clark. It is.
No, yeah, like I said,
the top 5 is subjective. A top 5 and the top 10 is subjective. You know, it's about.
I don't look at LeBron like a true Laker though.
Like he's not.
You came into the Lakers at the end of your career. That's like me saying top greats on the Wizards is Jordan. It's like I don't associate Jordan with the Wizards like that.
Right. You wouldn't make Jordan the Wizard. Jordan would be Bulls. But I'm just saying my all-time is Kobe, Magic, Jerry. No, excuse me, Kobe, Magic, Elgin, Jerry, and Kareem. That's my top 5 Lakers of all time. That's who I love.
Of course.
Now, if you want to talk Cleveland or Miami,
Oh yeah.
Then we get
LeBron
out of conversation with LeBron because I
I
got
don't-
LeBron in the top 5 like greatest players in Cleveland.
in Miami.
Miami.
I
I got
disagree.
Wade number 1.
I
I got
disagree.
Wade
Go
1.
ahead. I got Glenn Rice over LeBron. In Miami.
Glenn Rice.
Glenn Rice played longer, and then I got Eddie Jones. I got D Wade.
Alonzo Mourning.
I got Alonzo.
Over Tim Hardaway's up there.
Tim Hardaway's over him. Like LeBron's in my top 10.
Glenn Rice and Eddie Jones, I gotta like really sit here.
Hey, I can barely hear y'all.
We can hear
What's
you.
up?
What's the deal, y'all?
What's up?
Chilling. But I would have him. I don't have him in my top 5 for Miami. Miami I have is different.
Y'all see the Clippers just beat the Lakers by 1 point?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we saw it. We talked about it earlier. We broke down the game and stuff.
What y'all think? It's over with? The Lakers season over with?
I don't think it's over with. I think because if you look at the standings, I mean, there's really not a team like they still can make the playoffs. Like everybody else below them isn't that good. They're mediocre. Like the Blazers, they just beat them. The Pelicans, all they got is Ingram. They don't have a point guard, and they really don't have a strong unit. The Spurs, they got a solid team. They just need a superstar. If they could get a superstar, they're going to be dangerous in the next 4 or 5 years. Sacramento, those guys are terrible. Those guys are ready to leave. OKC ain't shit.
Utah Jazz ain't it either. I'm sorry.
Huh?
The Utah Jazz are frauds every year.
Yeah, they frauds. So I mean,
the game they get
frauds. Yeah, I don't like how they look, but I like how they look like with Mike Conley running the point. Donovan is straight to me. I just don't think Donovan's gonna be there for long. I think Donovan's leaving. I'm hearing reports he might be in New York after his contract's up.
Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah.
You see the way people treat brothers out there. Like, come on, you can't be there.
Oh, of course. Yeah, he's in Utah. I knew he was gonna leave, man. He tired of Mormon women. He want real women.
Right.
Once Donovan leave, that whole team gonna fall apart. Rudy Gobert gonna follow right behind.
They're not gonna fall apart.
Gonna like rescind
that team is always in the mix.
They're not gonna fall apart. LB, stop it. Utah always keep a team every decade since Karl Malone been there. They always.
Donovan Mitchell, they're gonna get a lot of pieces back, and they're gonna draft well and repeat the cycle.
They're a team that uses the draft. They're like the Spurs. They use the draft perfect. They know how to use the draft. So,
what y'all think about the Lakers' young squad right now, though? Like, I like, even though they're not winning as many games as I would like them, I think they hooping right now. Luke Kennard, Terrence, man. I think they got
Clippers squad.
I'm talking about the Clippers squad. That young boy, Luke Kennard, Terrence, man.
They okay, but my thing is they got to learn how to play better in situational basketball. They need to feed the post more. They got that white guy, number 55. He's pretty good. They need to get him the ball more down low.
Yeah, I agree.
They need to run the offense through him. Serge needs to play more big in the post, but he's more of a stretch 5, so I expect him to be at the 3. But I would try to develop that number 55, so when you get Zubac back, you'll have him and Zubac in the middle, and that'll be a good little 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
The backcourt, Kennard is good. I mean, Kennard going to be who he is. He's going to be a guy to make plays.
Well, apparently him and Morris are on the trade block.
Well, yeah, I see that. I would trade them too. I mean, I don't know. Like the Clippers, you don't know what they're going to be until you see what Kawhi looks like, and then Paul George won't play this season or Kawhi. So they're probably just
they coming back.
Guys.
Tyler just confirmed it today.
You said what?
Ty Lue after the Laker game just said that Kawhi ain't coming back this year.
Right. So
and Paul George It's not looking good either. So
Right. So
Oh, so he
Kawhi and
gonna sit
George
out
ain't
just
gonna do
cause.
that.
I mean, why
No,
risk
Paul
him?
George has a serious injury. His elbow messed up.
Okay.
Shooting elbow.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's over. It's over.
Yeah.
Well,
So
he's been having problems with that shoulder every year. Like now, it's just getting worse and worse.
right.
So
So if I'm the Clippers and everything, man, I just look to try to rebuild. I like their pieces in Terrence Mann. Terrence Mann is pretty good. Reggie's good. He just has to stretch how to play better situational wise and not try to take some any bad shots. What up, T?
See what up?
What up, though? What up, though?
What up?
Nothing. Saw AD choke and saw the damn Sun shoot themselves out the game.
Listen, the Lakers suck. You see, what's his face gone? He gonna be out a month or so. You know what
We're
I'm
talking
saying?
about LeBron,
Nah,
Melo.
Melo.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
This nigga,
saw Melo get hurt. That's what messed
this
them up down the stretch.
it did. They didn't have, and you know you can't rely on AD down the stretch. You know what I'm saying?
that last shot that Reggie Jackson took, AD was nowhere to be found in the paint. He was
But AD was playing the perimeter the whole game. I'm looking at the TV
on offense.
I'm like, what the hell is AD doing on defense? Like he is literally like 6'11" or 7 feet at the perimeter. I'm like, nigga, what is you doing? And Stanley Johnson was getting killed by number 55 and Serge. They were
Serge
killing all night.
Serge was the one who was giving him the business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like anytime Serge seen AD, he was just taking it right to his chest.
But 55 did too, bro. 55 came in off the bench. He was hitting that little floater, that hook shot.
That little hook shot.
Yeah, he was killing them. It was terrible, dog. I'm like, man, the Lakers ain't got nobody. And then the White came in the game. They ain't even give my dog the ball at all. They ain't even give him the ball. They just kept running perimeter plays. I'm like, if I'm D Howard, I'm getting 3 seconds every goddamn play. Like, F this. 3 seconds.
I mean, if you see, you know what I'm saying, it's just a bunch of one-on-one basketball.
That's what I was talking about. See, no movement off the ball whatsoever.
They had 19 assists compared to the Clippers' 29 assists.
Yeah, with 19 assists, that's high for them. You know what I'm saying? But see, it's like, you know, how many shots did they take too? You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, dog, there is no fluidity to their offense whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? The best chance they have at scoring is in the fast break. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. They don't turn the ball over enough to be just a straight up, you know what I'm saying, team that survives in the fast break like that. They don't get they don't get turnovers, you know what I'm saying? They don't force turnovers, you know what I'm saying? The most they can do is hope for a long rebound, you know what I'm saying, to get that fast break going, you know. And like the Clippers wasn't having it. They was just taking it straight to their chest, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
man,
what's
it
his
was
name?
Terrible,
55. His name is, I just looked him up. What's his
Frankenstein.
Hartenstein.
Oh, I like him, man. He old school. He was hitting that little hook shot on their ass all night. But what pissed me off was they called the 5 seconds out of bounds on the Clippers, and it was only like 2 seconds. And it was like, what the hell? I thought Tyronn Lue was gonna slap somebody. He was pissed off. So I didn't like that call, and I didn't like the Reggie Jackson shot. Like Reggie got to learn how to be more controlled down the stretch. If it wasn't for Marcus Morris down the stretch, they would have lost this game probably about 5 or 6. He hit that big 3 in the corner.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, like he gets on my nerves and shit. Like I hate fucking Morris and shit. I still don't understand why we don't see Terrence Mann. In the first half, Terrence Mann was going off. You know what I'm saying?
But I think it's Tyronn Lue, man.
He's having a poor season. That's what I see.
You say what?
He's been having a trash season, to be honest.
Yeah, he has been. But I'm just saying, it's like they don't really play their young guys like that. They
There's
only,
this guy named Coffee with the dreads on. He's been out.
oh, I
shit.
like him.
I saw him. Yeah, he's straight.
Number 7,
He's been out playing Terrence Mann. That's why you
and
have
he
him.
been
Yeah.
balling.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Coffee.
He come down court and hit that mid-range shot perfect.
And then they got this kid from Kentucky. His name is BJ Boston too. Long 6'9".
Oh, I
like
know
kind of Scotty
Boston.
Barnes.
Boston, nice.
Right, Boston.
Yeah,
He's been
I know.
playing. He's been playing better in stretches than Terrence Mann. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Ever since he got that contract, he hasn't been.
That's true. Boston be hooping.
What the hell, Doug Peterson, the coach of the Jaguars? Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's why the brother had to remove himself because he kind of already knew.
Right, I know. The brother from San Fran.
From Tampa. Leftwich.
Oh yeah, Brian Leftwich. Yeah, he removed himself because they wouldn't let him bring his GM. He was
Yep.
going to bring Adrian Wilson. He used to be a safety for the Cardinals back in the day, and he was going to bring him with him, and they wouldn't let him bring him with him. So he basically just withdrew from it. And I mean, they doing what they do best.
Ain't really a miss. Nah.
Yes, they hiring all they butts. That's my man. Shout out Doug Peterson. Yeah, Nick Foles, your man, because he had that lucky ass playoff run. And then
Unbelievable.
conned everybody out of their money. Conned the Jaguars out of their money. They paid him
He's
that
still
big
getting paid.
contract. Yeah, I know he's still getting paid. I was like, they dumb as hell. I'll never pay that much for no damn Nick Foles, him or Joe Flacco. I told you.
Listen, all the unbelievable plays he made during that playoff run, like all the impossible throws he made. Listen, dog, I'd have bought it too.
I would have.
I mean, because it was like, bro.
Okay, but I know the X's and O's and everything. Like, it was more bad defense than him actually balling. Like, seriously, it was. I can go pull the tape up and show you where the defense broke down in the play and going at him. And then the pass rush. They weren't even really pass rushing or blitzing him. They let Nick Foles just sit back there all day, bro. Like, he's not that good. He's like Joe Flacco and Eli. They're very lucky quarterbacks.
Yeah, sometimes
they're just lucky.
I mean, I'm sure luck had to do, but I mean, he was making like the back shoulder throws, like, you know what I'm saying? The kind of throws down, like, you hit a nigga right in that window and shit where only he can get it. You know what I'm saying? He was making them kind of throws in the playoffs. It was impressive. It was impressive.
Nick Foles was a good sorry white boy. I mean, he was a good sorry white boy.
It's unexplainable. It's unexplainable.
Nah, see, you know what it is? He had God in his hands. That's all.
Right, like I said, the sun shined on his ass that playoff run, and then it went after that. Yeah, what did he do? Shit.
Yeah, once he was named a starter.
Right, once he became a start, like y'all gotta remember, he came in like real
no pressure, right? No pressure.
Yeah, nobody ever seen him since like 2-3 years ago. He was with the Eagles the first go around. He played for the Rams. The Rams paid that ridiculous price for him. He sucked.
No, it was the Cardinals. He was about to retire.
It was the Rams. He went to the Rams, and then he sucked.
He
went back to the Eagles. He didn't go to the Cardinals. He went back to the Eagles. He went to the Rams. He sucked. Then he went to the Eagles. He went back to the Eagles, and that's how he got his little shine. And then he went to Jacksonville. He sucked, and then he got hurt like he did in the Rams. He got hurt with the Rams because he only played like 2 games, and he got hurt. Then he went to Chicago after Jacksonville. What did he do? Shit. Like I said, that's what I'm saying. Like, it happens. I can't lie, HD Foles ball. Foles are not ball, man. Look, y'all motherfuckers are prisoner of the moment, niggas. I'm not. I go by body of work. If you was a bitch ass nigga for 90% of your life, then you a bitch ass nigga. That's just how I look at it. I don't care about you had a flash in the pan. That's cool. Everybody's had that. Jeff Hostetler had that. Trent Dilfer had that. So Trent Dilfer's an elite quarterback. So we're gonna praise Trent Dilfer in his run because he was making the throws during that playoff run, just like Foles was. Brad Johnson, same way, was my quarterback in 03. What did he do after that? Shit.
Eli Manning HD, which is super lucky quarterback too.
Right. They lucky quarterbacks. It happens. Like they just got lucky. They made some throws. Good. It is what it is. He only plays good with the Eagles. Well, like I said, if y'all keep him for a whole season, we'll see. Y'all will be bums again. So
Yeah, that's
go
the whole.
pay for him. I mean, he's good if you need him for 4 games or 3 games to get you to the Super Bowl and win. He's good for that. But I'm not.
But you gotta have
that money.
Yes, see, but that's what I'm saying. Like, nigga, after seeing that run that 1 year and shit, I had to resign him. I'm resigning him, dog, because he was.
But there's another quarterback that has a run like that, like for 4 games too. Oh my god, he's a Washington quarterback, but he was a Miami Dolphins with a dude with a big beard, a white guy.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, he had like a good 4-game magic.
And then he sucked.
I don't even remember that. Oh, you talking about Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Yeah.
Nobody
what was that?
He's a Hall of Famer, but the nigga ball.
No, in the Dolphins, he like came to have like a 4-game.
Nick Foles had the most overrated playoff run next to Joe Flacco and Eli Manning. They're all overrated. So
just because he beat Brady,
right? Just because they beat Brady, and then he really didn't beat Brady. He beat Belichick's defense. Belichick's defense sucked that game. He didn't beat Brady. Like, this ain't basketball where you go head to head, nigga. He beat the Patriots defense. Brady did his job. He put up 33. The defense gave up. And then even in the Super Bowl against the Giants the first time, he threw the game-winning touchdown to Moss. Belichick's defense gave up. And the second one, Wes Welker bitch ass had Butterfingers. So they lost that one. But if Welker would have caught it, the game was over. That's why they went and got Julian Edelman, and Welker was gone to Broncos to choke with Peyton Manning.
Yeah, you could say that again. This ain't no NBA where you could defend.
Right. Like, which I won't like. I hated like people was arguing with me. Like, I remember that.
How was it Brady's fault?
I'm not even a Brady fan. They was like, man, no, but Brady lost to them. I said, nigga, does Brady play defense, nigga? No. Then how did he lose to them, nigga? He did his job. He dropped 500 on them niggas. What else you want him to do? What the hell?
Including the game-winning touchdown.
Game-winning touchdown. It's like people, dog, that's what I'm saying. People are dumb, bro. That's why I just sit back and just look at they dumb ass. Like, you just...
Right, see, like, you blame Josh Allen for coming back against the Chiefs, right? But the defense gave up.
But it was the defense. It's like, I mean,
I think when people like say it in that way, they're just going instead of saying like Tampa Bay, they'll just say Brady.
Yeah, because he got an agenda against them.
Aaron Rodgers. Like, it isn't like they're talking about him specifically like it's his fault. They'll just say because it's like they're like the face of the
Aaron Rodgers is different because he didn't perform. Like Brady actually performed.
I don't know. In NFL, I noticed they do that in NFL. That's like the only sport they do that in.
But LB, so that's when I correct niggas. That's when you're supposed to correct somebody. Like, you don't play again. That's why they be like, quarterback versus quarterback. I'm like, no, it's quarterback versus defense, nigga. Calm your ass down. They're not playing each other. It's like, what the fuck? I don't know. I mean, as a kid, niggas used to say that. Oh, they're playing this. It's like, nah. They be like, Deion and the Falcons versus. I'm like, no, it's the Falcons, nigga. Deion plays corner. I mean, he don't play quarterback. If his offense sucked that game, there's nothing he can do. So that's all I'm saying. But I'm pissed off with the Suns. The Suns did not use their big men tonight. They were
they play today.
They played, and they weren't going down low enough and everything. And then they were shooting too many damn threes when they were more effective in the paint. And they do sometimes.
And listen, man, like, I like Ice Trae the game like everybody else and shit, man. That nigga's too small, man. Somebody just needs to like knock him on his ass consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I told everyone I prefer John Moran. I prefer LaMelo because they're bigger guys that could do the same thing as Trae Young. Maybe they can't shoot as
Totally
good as
Trae
him.
Young.
I mean, but we all picked John Moran over Trae Young.
No, I'm playing
Like,
LaMelo ball. LaMelo. I'd rather have LaMelo going
yeah,
forward.
but LaMelo's a better he's a better all around player than Trae Young. Yes, I agree.
Hey, y'all need to take it where Zion be eating at.
Wait,
That's,
what?
that's what they need to do with Trae
Well,
Young.
LaMelo gonna grow into it. You gotta remember LaMelo's like 19.
No, not LaMelo.
No,
I'm
he
saying
said
Trae
Trae
Young.
Young.
Trae Young,
Oh, Trae
little ass.
Young.
Like, he need to
Well,
be eating his Zion be eating that shit.
Trae Young little and stuff, but I mean the problem with the Hawks is they take too many damn jump shots. John Collins need to learn how to, and this is why I'm surprised Nate McMillan played back in the day. So I don't know why you don't put John Collins more in the post and run.
Do you feel like they should feed him more because he don't get as much touches? Like
They should trade him, dog.
Get more touch. John Collins should be in the post, dog, at least getting like almost like 18 to 20 shots a game. Seriously.
They need to trade that nigga, man. John Collins.
yeah, he's been trade rumors every year
it's
now.
the reason. But it's like, dog, they down low. They low post is what's killing them every year and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that dude, he creeps further and further away from the paint.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Every year.
But do you think that's him, or do you think it's a
That's
combination of the play calling?
That's him, dog. That's him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's just getting more comfortable playing on the perimeter. You know what I'm saying? And like when he first started out, he would play in the paint. You know what I'm saying?
Dunker spots,
Yeah, he would play in the paint. He would take little mid-range jumpers and try and take that shit to the rack. You know what I'm saying? Try and take the big man, you know, because he got some he can dribble in on the low block. You know what I'm saying? So he would take the dude to the rack. But he's just getting further and further away from the paint. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be trying to trade that guy.
I mean, I would. I mean, yeah, I don't have a problem trading them, but who would you get? Like, to me, it's they take too many damn jump shots. To me, they need a guy in the post who can. I think Bagley would fit them perfectly because Bagley plays down low.
More than that.
Yep, I can see that. That's where they need help offensively because like Capella ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I've never liked Capella. I haven't liked Capella even in Houston. Like, all he do is one thing. He's a poor man's version of DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, he'll catch a oop here and there, you know, but he's not even like the shot blocker he was a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? It's like
a great shot blocker to me. Capella is just, I don't know, though. I never liked him. I just thought they overpriced him. And he got that contract in Houston. I thought they were dumb. I would have let him walk and I would have brought somebody else in. Like, to me, I just don't understand is you're a big man in the game. I'm sorry. I would have had a post game. I'd have been averaging 30 and 20 a night because it's that easy. It's nobody in the post.
No, nobody.
And I don't get it. It's like,
why do you think Mobley's dominating?
Yeah, because Mobley's playing old school. Jared Allen's dominating. They play old school center ball. That's why I was saying, like, one dude was saying, oh, well, the dude Claxton for the Nets needed a mid-range. I'm like, not really. He just got to have a game where he has a hook shot or play down low, and then he need to put some more muscle on. But other than that, like, you can play inside, dog. It's just that.
You see, what if the Hawks gave Boogie Cousins a chance?
Well, Boogie in Denver. So, I mean, Boogie would have been good for them, but I mean, they really about to blackball Boogie. They're trying to push Boogie out.
You got an echo, someone got an echo.
Yeah, T got an echo. So that's what I would do. I mean, you could trade John Collins. I mean, Yeah, because he too busy trying to play like a 2 guard.
It's frustrating.
Yeah,
Frustrating to watch.
yeah,
Oh, you got
And
6
like
assists.
Trey, too much ISO ball from Trey, man. Like he
yeah.
better learn how to expand his game and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he had it working tonight. You know what I'm saying? But it'd be too many times where you know you can just kind of if you can keep him from getting to the paint a little bit, you know what I'm saying, that this jumper ain't falling and shit, you can make him
You
struggle.
notice he's not getting bailed out with that BS pump fake, and then you jump into the defender. Like they're
Yeah,
not calling those calls anymore for anybody.
nope.
Yeah, they're not giving him that call, but tonight Trey did play good down the stretch. He was
Yeah,
hitting shots and he got to the basket. I mean, Trey's a 6. I mean, Trey's fine, but the problem is they got big men that don't want to play like big men. If Trey has a big man who actually play like a big man, I don't think he would take that many shots as he would. I think in his heart of hearts, I think he sees what we see is that John Collins is a bitch. It's what it is. I just think he do. Like I just think he do. I just think he do. I just think he look at his team as whatever. You had Bogdanovich and John Collins going at it a little bit tonight. Like I think Bogdanovich really wanted to slap John Collins. Like John Collins had an attitude. It's like, bro, what you got attitude for? Like, I don't know. I don't know. To me, the Suns should have blew these niggas out by 20, but they were too busy trying to shoot jump shots.
No, I see. The word on the street is they were in Magic City the night before. There's some videos.
Oh well, yeah. That's probably why what happened because Devin Booker was the only one playing down the stretch. Everybody else was like falling off. So
and they still should have won.
they should have won. Like Devin Booker was killing them. He was killing them down the stretch.
Yeah, I
But my
got
thing
time to
is,
sleep off that liquor and hot wings, dog.
Is
Like the game was at night.
did Aiden play? Did Aiden play?
No, he hurt. I think.
He still
no,
hurt.
Aiden did play tonight. Aiden and JaVale McGee played tonight. They were doing their thing in the post. They had 60 points compared to the Hawks 40 in the paint.
Wow, how did they lose that game?
Because they shot 30-some threes. That's why.
Well, the clubbing explains why the shooting. They ain't got their legs.
Man, I would have went to Aiden down low and McGee the whole game. I'd have got 80 to 90 points in the paint.
Hey, like Aiden is that dude that could average 30 and 20.
That's
you
what
know
I'm
what I'm
saying.
saying?
But I just don't know what it is. It's like I don't know what it is. They just do not like throwing the ball down low. They like Devin Booker like to shoot his mid-range shots. I don't have a problem with that because Booker will make them most of the time. But I don't know. And then they'll start shooting these threes. Crowder shoot these wild threes. Bridges to shoot these bad threes. And then their bench is okay, but their bench don't really scare me. Like Peyton came out there playing point guard for him. He's okay when he's healthy and he plays defense, but offensively he's a liability. He's not really strong offensively. I don't know what happened with Payne. I think Payne hurt. That's who they need.
Yeah,
they had
Cameron like that Warrior game.
I think he's missed damn near most of the season and shit.
Yeah, he had that Warrior game.
What is going on? Everybody hurt. Shit.
Man, I mean, it's these weak ass trainers, man, getting them ready for the season. And then these guys, they don't. I don't think they put in the work, man. They don't really work on their muscles no more.
I think I know what it is because back then it wasn't like this. Like Michael Thompson, Clay's dad. I was listening to the radio and he said back then when we played basketball and the season was over, we did swimming. Like you got to give your rest to your body.
Yeah.
Like and nowadays they play basketball every month.
They play it too much. Yeah, they play basketball.
Like you got to give your own muscles like rest. Like go swimming, go do something, go work out some other type of muscles.
Yeah. Yeah, like they work on basketball like what Kobe used to do. Kobe used to take, I think, 3 months off, and then he gets back into the grind. Like he let his body rest and he goes back to it. These
Yeah,
guys
that
don't
was
rest no more.
later in his career. You know, early in his career, Doc, it was basketball all year round for Kobe. Kobe
No,
didn't do
Kobe,
stuff.
no, Kobe took a couple months off and then he got back to the
Nah, he would use the training camp to get in shape. That's
yeah. Kobe, no,
and
Kobe.
we're not talking about like that Shaq shape where
Yeah.
like
No,
chubby
Kobe,
like Harden.
yeah.
But
Kobe would keep his body and everything right, but he would chill for a little bit. Then
Yeah,
he'll
because
come
there's a
back.
difference from being in
Shaq-
shape and then being in
Shaq's
basketball shape.
problem. Yeah, Shaq would be eating all these hamburgers and hot dogs and shit, and then try to come into the season. Kobe wasn't doing that. Kobe was eating healthy and would relax. And then when it's time for him to go ball, he would go ball. But he wasn't balling year round like KD and these guys. These guys are balling like every damn day. They don't even get a time. They don't even get time to rest or nothing. And then remember, KD just got back from the Olympic team. So he
Yep.
didn't really have a time to rest. And I think he should have bypassed that team because remember, he just came off that serious injury.
No, I think where was it at? Was it in China or what was it at?
I forgot where it was at.
It was in Japan.
Japan, yeah.
That time zone messes you up for 2 weeks. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
When you come from Asia.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, man. So it's these guys now don't really, and then not only that, man, these guys are shooting too many jump shots, and then everybody playing like a guard. Like, see, remember, everybody played a different position back then. So guys who were supposed to bring the ball up, they brought the damn ball up. You got everybody bringing the ball up. Your center bringing the ball up and shit. It's
Good
like
old-fashioned positionless basketball.
Positionless basketball at its finest.
man,
If you got the center bringing up the ball.
Yeah, it's terrible, man. It's terrible. These 2 games, man. I really ain't missed nothing.
Hold on, when I was in high school.
Yeah, well, you know, look at the matchup though. You know, the Lakers ain't about shit. You know what I'm saying? Fucking the Clippers ain't about shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
The Clippers got an excuse. Their 2 main guys are out. The Lakers don't have no excuse. The Lakers guys should be balling. Like they should be doing what they're supposed to do. Like that's all I'm saying. Like they got this, but and then Laker fans is getting on their ass as they should, and that's what I like. Get on
listen, Westbrook and AD should have still been enough firepower for them niggas to win this shit.
Of course, people are pissed off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the problem is your center. Well, he's not a center, but your supposed center is playing on the perimeter defense. You're leaving Stanley Johnson, the guy who's 6'5", 6'6", in the paint against guys who are 7 feet. It's like,
but you know, it's the lazy defense. See, all they do is switch in LA. Like this is known. You know what I'm saying? Like you get them in a simple pick and roll, and then the big man ends up on the guard and shit. You know what I'm saying? This is why Reggie Jackson was tearing his ass up all night. Every time he seen AD step out there, he just like, yep, bye. Take him right to the hoop and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, he even hit a couple turnarounds on him. And it's like AD doesn't even intimidate smaller guards. It's just crazy, man. Like this dude is
Reggie Jackson was killing him tonight. It was crazy, boy. It was on and popping. I was like, damn, Reggie taking a lunch and everything.
Yeah.
So it was like
out here playing with confidence and shit, like real confidence. It's crazy.
And he was eating them up, man. Wow, it was crazy.
He just needs to play more composed down the stretch, like we just.
Yeah, down the stretch, he just has to work on that, you know. And then Morris is like what T said. I want to choke him. You know, he just get on my nerves.
You be doing this every night, dog.
It's like bonehead play after bonehead play for him.
I'm saying he was hitting them today, but most of the time he breaks them and he shoots you out of the game.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah. Like he'll shoot you in a game and shoot you out of game. He's the new J.R. Smith.
Yep. Probably worse. You know what I'm saying? Because he's never gotten as hot as J.R. Smith can get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you right. Yeah. J.R. Smith, yeah, I done seen him get hot plenty of times and blow and take your team out the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I don't know. They both good sorry niggas to me. So
Yep.
I mean, I wouldn't have them on my team. Like if I had a chance to, like if I saw, I might mess around and take Kennard over both of them quick. Like Kennard, come on, you
Yo,
I know you'll hit the 3 when it's time.
Listen, if I sign that nigga Marcus Morris, it's on one of them LB. Like I'm gonna try and use him. I'm gonna sign him strictly for trade bait and shit. You know?
I'll be like, listen here, man. In my mind, you are expendable.
Trade bait. Man, you stupid. That is hilarious.
Yeah, trade bait. He expendable.
I
expendable.
believe this man said last night Kibble Walker is trade bait. I'm like, bro,
man, why would y'all get him in the first place?
All y'all niggas expendable.
It's like if you're not for
but LB, if you have a business, dog, you don't bring in niggas that's expendable. You try to bring in niggas who are solid.
This ain't there's a difference between the NBA and a 9 to 5.
Oh, God.
This ain't no 9 to 5,
really
nigga.
Not.
You expendable.
It's really not, though, if you think
it's really it's not at all.
Go in and do your day job.
Paid different.
I mean, business is business. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere on the planet.
You go in and
it's just a different way they earn their wages compared to us, but it's the same thing as a 9 to 5.
W-2s versus 1099s.
Right. I mean, W-2s, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you don't get a player on your team to be expendable. That's all I'm saying. It's just I've never heard that before.
If you do good, good. If you do good, good. But remember, there's always a cloud over your head, nigga.
Oh my gosh.
So if you fuck up, you out of here.
Hey Nick, that motherfucker pulling some color purple shit. Wherever you stand, you will die in fall.
I was thinking more Major Pain.
Oh, you think about Major Pain?
I'm a kick you in your head.
Hey, but guess what? I pull a Major Pain on y'all too. 1, don't you feel dumb? 2, look at you.
Niggas be sleeping on Major Pain,
man. What? That's that movie, boy. I watched
it. That's a classic.
Mm-hmm.
I never heard nobody sleep on Major Pain.
Man, that movie is classic, dog. That movie, I don't know how you kept a straight face when he started talking, dog. I just
that shit,
start dancing, doing the robot.
He started dancing to pop that.
Right. Man, that was funny.
That whole movie with a straight face, like
right. And then he talked to the kid, talk about the little engine that could. That jump was funny, bro. Oh my God. And then he shot the closet. And then the boy was like, he said if he in there, he ain't happy. Like, stop it. This is ridiculous, man. That joke.
HD, when you check my IG, I gave some love to Conway today.
Oh, wow. You gave love to Conway? Let me look at this now. Because you don't never
that new song, John Woo. All right, man. Look. Well, you know, Benny had the best verse, like, you know.
Oh, Benny don't never had a better verse than Conway.
Nah, he do. Benny went crazy. Now,
Hey, wait, see, I don't know if he did, but I watched Star Wars Boba Fett's last episode. And my god!
Yes, I
Oh
did.
man, D, did you see it? D, did you see
Yes,
it?
sir.
Nigga,
Yes,
man,
sir.
that's so that bitch say you got so much armor. She asked you where your fat at, nigga.
See, that episode was better than all the previous Star Wars movies put together.
I
Dad.
had T rolling when I said that shit. Bitch, ask me what up.
See, I got a funny part when like Ashoka says, "Oh, he's gonna be safe right here."
Nigga, they had that nigga Luke in there, nigga, preaching the gospel, dog.
Preaching
Like,
the
nigga,
gospel, wasn't he?
Nah, he an
Dog.
asshole. Man. He an asshole. That was some asshole
How
shit.
he
did
an
to
asshole? Here go LB
Guru, what is his
complaining.
name? Goku. What's his name?
Talking about Grogu? Who
Grogu.
Goku?
Yeah.
Goku play DBZ, nigga. LB is
This nigga all the way in the wrong universe.
right. LB is funny.
No,
as
listen,
hell.
he
You in the Dragon Ball
asshole.
universe now? Y'all talking about
No,
Star
he an
Wars? dog?
asshole, bro.
Hold on,
Like,
hold on. Why is he
Mandalorian-
an asshole, LB? Let me hear
Mandalorian
this shit.
gave him a gift. And now you talking about you gotta choose which, like, come on, man.
You
ain't
got
gotta do
to.
like
No,
that.
Yeah, you got to, nigga.
That's the law. That's the
I
rule.
know.
Okay, this
And we always talked about this. We always talked about this, like, in terms of the Star Wars lore for like a decade and a half. Those motherfuckers was wrong. The Jedi was wrong. Wait, like it's like, but I forget that this is like after.
Okay, but the Jedi's
original
really
three
weren't
trilogy,
wrong,
but it's
dog.
before the,
But they
Disney
really
show.
weren't wrong. They had their own ideology.
And you
That's
want to know
all
why
it
they're
was.
wrong? Because they
Like,
need to
them
bring
and
in
the dark.
they need to bring in the gray Jedi. That's what they need to do. But
They
I don't know
are.
if they're gonna go that route.
Okay, but they are, but you gotta understand, LB, there's different ideologies in Star Wars. Everybody's ideology really ain't wrong. It's not about wrong or right. It's about whose ideology is the strongest. That's all it is.
No, they opened the door for
I
Grey
found that
Jedi.
to be a little extreme. Like, if
But
you
that's
have,
not
like,
that's
an
not the
nationalist, you
extreme.
can easily
Okay,
fall
but
to the dark side. It's
okay,
like,
but you know, but Grongu has to choose, dog. He can't have it both ways because if he falls to the dark side, bro, that's gonna be a powerful being. That's why Luke is saying you got to choose.
Yeah,
You can't just be
why-
one or the other.
this is
You
why, like,
have
in the Old Republic, the Knights of the Old Republic, I'm glad they brung in, like, in that story, they brung in the Gray Jedi, because it's like they do their own thing, but they're not in the dark side. They just left.
Okay,
the
but
Jedi
that's the
and did
Gray
their own
Jedi.
thing. I'm glad.
Though,
I hope they
man.
bring that in. I hope they bring them
Yeah,
in.
but see, that's the Gray Jedi. The
I mean,
Gray
they
Jedi.
did that. What do you think? What do you think Ahsoka is? Ahsoka is a Gray
Right.
Jedi.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Ahsoka is a Gray Jedi. That's
Hey,
Well, I
that's
was thinking
you
more
don't find it
of
funny?
I forgot his name.
What'd you say, Chris?
You don't find it ironic how her and Luke Skywalker telling Mando this Jedi temple that we're building is gonna be safe, and that's where Kylo Ren caused all this.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm hoping they find a way
Well,
to
we don't
like
know if he
explain
was there.
this whole shit.
No, I hope. Yeah. Me and T are. I hope they don't bring that story in.
Yeah, me
Because
too.
what
Yeah.
I'm hearing,
Oh
what
my
I'm
gosh.
hearing is they're gonna kind of get rid of that story,
You have
kind
to
of
reboot it.
clear, like it never existed. And I hope they do that, and we have a whole new story, like from scratch, because that
Yeah,
story was
I
bullshit.
said, this is what I told Christian. I said it's not going to be Raycon until they actually put out a movie.
They don't need to
showing
put out a
Raycon.
movie.
They don't
No,
like
I'm not going
what they're
off of
gonna
words.
do,
Change
what
their
they're gonna
mouth.
do, they're about to re-release new edits of all. Well, at least I know they're doing one of the last. I mean, not the last Jedi, but the last movie that came out.
Skywalker.
Yeah, they're gonna do. They've got like a 4-hour cut of that shit, like ready to go and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
That's
And what's that?
That's
What's
going
that, T?
well, they got like a 4-hour cut of fucking the Rise of Skywalker and shit. You know what I'm saying? That they're ready to release, but I don't think it's coming out till like next year or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But like they gotta, it's supposed to change your. It's the way they re-edited the movie and added all the extra shit. It's supposed to change your point of view. You know what I'm saying? Almost on everything that happened, and I think they did the same thing to the Last Jedi too.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what I was about to say.
So they basically added and took some stuff out, or they just added stuff.
Yeah, like they've okay, so you know what I'm saying? Like there's this it's like they did the Snyder cut. They got the JJ cut, which is actually all shit that they've already filmed and shit. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to so the JJ cut is taking some of that bullshit out and adding in some shit that got left out. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, it's supposed to be like, listen, I feel the same way about the Snyder cut, dog. Like, I didn't want to you can't tell me that you release a longer version of a trashy movie that is going to make it better and shit. No, it did not. It did not.
Motherbox was different.
That shit was trash, and nothing can save that shit.
The anti-life equation wasn't even really mentioned like that.
That's not what made it a bad movie. That's not what
made the Motherbox a living being, like a living thing. Like it's not a living thing. Like
that's not what made it. That's not what made that movie a bad movie.
But what made the movie a bad movie? We talked about this, LB.
Right?
I know about this. Flash the Cyborg was not involved in the movie, none whatsoever. Even the fuck.
Nigga, the whole setup for Justice League was fucked up.
No, I'm just saying, if you look at how Marvel did their movies, everybody had an individual origin story. We got to know the character before they came together.
Exactly.
And it fit. This shit here, they tried to do the origin story in the movie. And that's what went left. It was too long. You should have did a Cyborg movie beforehand if you were going to do that. So then when he comes into the movie,
he's too ambiguous.
It's not even about that, but I'm just saying, if you do an origin story before the movie or whatever type of story, when you bring characters together, you want to focus on one story and move from there. You don't want to have to bring him in to explain all what Cyborg is and then explain where Flash come from or what he's going through. We didn't need that shit. We just should have just had a straight movie where they went against Darkseid and all that. And like Nick said, Darkseid wasn't even Darkseid. They had him did.
That shit was trash. That Darkseid was trash in that shit, bro.
I mean, he barely saw him fight in the damn movie. The only time he saw him fight was, when he had that little fucking.
Listen. Darkseid is like
fighting.
And then
listen. Darkseid is like a highly intelligent being and shit is like a god. And
he's one of the most powerful freaking beings in the multiverse.
I'm saying, dog, like they had this nigga grunting and fucking. It was like, dog, what is this, dog? Like trash. Trash, dog.
I said that about Darkseid. He's supposed to be,
and he was trash.
His head should be behind his back on some bullshit.
Right,
behind his back.
And
like, these niggas not watching play the Injustice games or look at like the cutscenes or anything.
Okay, so LB, then what are we talking about here?
I'm saying though, like in the because I remember I went to the theater to watch that shit. I was like, what the fuck is going on? That's why I was like, this whole mother box shit, mother. I'm like, why are you talking to it like it's like a real insentient being when that's never the case with the mother box? Like, and then Steppenwolf was trash. like the
Oh,
way he
shit.
looked. So I'm glad they changed the way he looked now. I was like, okay, cool.
It was still trash.
Now, in terms of the war, I was like, fine,
The
whatever.
CGI, like, listen,
I
Dad.
know that this is all pieces of the movie they just left on the floor and they just added scenes to it and they just dressed it up a little bit.
No,
That's why they
some of
explained it.
these
That's why